Hello my friends, hello. With recent lore that just came out, it has become very clear. Nezarec is alive and the death of Mithrax seems imminent. In this video, I will tell you how all of the different story threads link together, some going back as far as Witch Queen, and I will give you my thoughts on how I see this playing out in the future. Before we get into that though, there are two things that I want to say. The first is that while I was working on this video, Evase made one about the exact same topic. Evase, if you see this, you beat me to it, man. GG. But that being said, I do feel that our videos, while on the same topic, focus on two different aspects of that topic. So I feel that if you watched his video, you will still get value from mine. The second thing is that I was graciously given permission to use the work of Gabriel, one of the most talented artists I've ever seen. His work is insane, and his Nezarec art is up there with Mark Kolobayev's Pyramid City for me. I would put this picture in my top 2 Destiny pictures of all time. I will be bold and I will say that in my opinion, with this one picture, Gabriel has respected and honored the character visually in a way Bungie has yet to do. But that is just, of course, my opinion. If you would like to check out Gabriel's work for yourself, I have his ArtStation and Instagram linked below. And if you want to commission art for yourself or a friend, hey dude, if somebody commissioned art of that quality for me as a gift, that would be like insane, okay? Do yourself a favor, if you need a gift idea for somebody, commission something from this guy. It'll be great. I have included a link for commissions as well, and I have his PayPal if you just want to support him directly. Thank you again, Gabriel, for letting me use your art, and thank you for watching my videos, man. I really appreciate that. But with all of that being said, let us begin. In truth, there isn't too much information to go over, but the picture that's being painted here is kind of out of the way, at least for the moment, so I wanted to shed some light on it. I'll be as clear and straightforward as I can be. There exists the curse of Nezarec. When he would die, and his body would either be entombed, or in this case cut up, anyone who disturbed and messed with his remains would be cursed. The curse would involve the victim having their life force drained away, and then, yeah, they'd die. We know about this curse from Season of Plunder, as it's mentioned that warlords from Earth spoke about it. As much as the legitimacy of their claims is questioned, we do see that once Mithrax converts the remains of Nezarec's body into Nezcafe, he clutches his head. Throughout the years, there have been mentions of him feeling a numbness in his chest and other areas, although he tries to ignore it. There was clearly a consequence to his actions. Let's take a step back from Mithrax and look at a mission that was just released with the final shape. When searching for the ghost Balthazar, we get this dialogue that is extremely interesting.
Nightmares. I thought after we killed Nezarec that they'd go away, but they haven't. The pyramid must be partially responsible for them too.
Eris wrote extensive documentation on nightmares after her last encounter with them. She and I believe that they are a yet untapped power of the darkness. One that Nezarec co-opted for himself and wove into the fabric of his pyramid.
So even after his death, they persist.
Which raises a larger question. Is Nezarec truly dead? Can something that exists as an idea ever be destroyed?
One nightmare at a time, Micah. Please.
There are two factors to this. The one is that nightmares are apparently a power of darkness, and when I hear that they are untapped, there is something serious that I, on behalf of the community, would like to say. I think nightmares will be the next subclass, and I'm all for it, but this isn't what the video is about. The other part of that dialogue is that it's alluded to that Nezarec is in fact still alive. This line seems to be what got the ball rolling in terms of this discussion, and I can tell you that there is even more evidence out there that seals the deal. Nezarec isn't just possibly alive, he is alive, and he is inside Mithrax. In the Final Shape lore book Chirality, Mithrax says that he took something upon him when he brought Osiris back, linking that to the relics of Nezarec. He says that he can feel a fluid within him that stirs and settles, moving sediment within it. This is possibly and probably metaphorical, but I do think that the sediment being mentioned is the remnant of Nezarec's life force or soul. And with lore that just came out, we know that this is the case. In the third and newest page of the Polyphony lore book, Mithrax is attempting to comfort Saint after the conclusion of Act 1's story. There is one part specifically near the end that says it all. Mithrax is feeding Saint's feathered friends when suddenly his vision narrowed and darkened. His headache shrieked, filling his mind with blinding pain. He doubled over as a terrifying urge, "Rule, Kel," roared through his chest. The pigeons burst away in harried flight, leaving the seed untouched on the ground. There you go. It seems that not only is Mithrax cursed, but possibly possessed by Nezarec as well. Now, the next order of business is to answer the following question. Is Nezarec actually with Mithrax, or is he just being tempted by the curse? I think there is actual evidence for this being Nezarec. You combine the recent dialogue that puts Nez's fate up in the air, while implying we will get the power of nightmares someday, with the lore where darkness within Mithrax isn't just a curse, but something that carries sediment, and you have a compelling case, in my opinion. At the same time, isn't it suspicious that at the end of Plunder, Mithrax was the only character able to work with the relics, the only character who could understand their whispers? This all points to those whispering wanting Mithrax to make the conversion, and helping him to do it. If this is true, then I see only one reason for it. This act would somehow lead to the return of Nezarec. So that is why I believe we can confidently say that Nezarec is still alive, and why I believe he has possessed Mithrax. It is weird, because technically he would have been with Mithrax when he was resurrected by the light, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's Lightfall. The story was trash. Nezarec was trash. I see an inconsistency, and I will just leave it as an inconsistency. For me, it deserves nothing more. But if you want to try and figure things out, go for it. The next side of the coin is, of course, Mithrax. Again, I will be honest with you. I think he's doomed. I really do. Mithrax, in my opinion, is going to die. But there's a reason for that. This is something I feel a lot of people have seen coming, or that's been on their radar. But I think Bungie is intentionally killing Mithrax off so that they can bring him back as the first fallen guardian. This is something that was hinted at in Witch Queen, with Savathun's 2 truths and 2 lies.
The Hive are not the last to be chosen by the light.
I said back then that I thought this was a truth, and I still do. Humanity is not the only species capable of receiving the light. If the Traveler is willing to give its light to the Hive, the race who hunted it for thousands of years, then the Fallen are more than certainly on the table. At the same time, Mithrax in particular is connected to the light. He is a splicer, and I think the term spiritual suits him well. If there was any of the Elixni worthy of the light, it's 100% Mithrax. 2 sides of the coin, but what is the full picture? We have the implication of other races getting the light in the future, with Mithrax seemingly being built up to die and be resurrected. We can even guess at the ghosts. Some of the ghosts that we help Micah find don't have a guardian. We help the ghost Akasha because she was so desperate to find her guardian that she was willing to risk searching the cursed dreaming city. We have a potentially dying character and named ghosts who are looking for their guardian. Look at Crow. His ghost was name-dropped before he was rezzed. Pulled pork, lol. At the same time, Nezarec is being built up to return, with nightmares still being relevant and a potential new subclass for us to claim. 2 characters, 1 death, 2 rebirths, and a new subclass that is relevant to their story. I smell a large content drop. I don't know if we'll get another expansion in D2. But even with D3 possibly on the horizon, all of what I've just talked about seems like a story contained to this game, and all of the aspects of that story would fit very nicely into one package. In my opinion, with Nightmares in mind, this is the direction I can see Bungie going in. Mithrax dies and is reborn a Guardian. Nezarec is reborn, and we destroy him once and for all, taking the power of Nightmares from him in the process. Bungie can add in the drama, tears, and filler where they see fit. I think I have presented a very compelling argument for this story's existence. I see these different pieces, and they all seem to be a part of the same puzzle. But what do you think? Do you think Nezarec is coming back? Do you think Mithrax is going to die? Let me know. Thank you, all of you, for giving me your time and for joining me on this journey. You are truly wonderful, thank you. And to Detective Studios, Ultra Risen, Concept Center, Cursed Cat, That Is Not Jay, and all of my other members, you guys are heroes. Thank you so much for your support. But yeah, that's everything from me. I'll talk to you all real soon. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.